What up, guys? Justin Morgan here. Justin Speaks in Tongues, Language Learning, and it's been a little while since I made a video, not because I haven't been learning languages. In fact, I've added a little bit of another language. I've been studying Latin with my daughter, which I've studied before, but not. It's been a while, and it's not really one of my main focuses right now. My main focus is still on Greek, which is what you see on the screen here. And I just wanted to show you kind of what I've been doing. Just on my app here, you can see I have Anki pulled up. Every day I add 10 new cards to my Anki deck. I've been going through the Glossica 1 through 1000, like kind of most common words and phrases. Once I finish that, I'll give it a little bit of time to kind of let the daily adding of cards die down a little bit so that I'm not so overwhelmed with it. I only add 10 cards per day, so nothing huge. And even within that, I know a lot of them already. So, it's really more to develop fluency, to develop my ear for understanding Greek right away. And then I am still doing Duolingo, actually. They recently made a change. I know a lot of people were not big fans of it, but I kind of like it. I like that there is an aspect of spaced repetition that's involved in the tree. I think I had finished the Greek tree actually through level 1, but I hadn't done any of it through level 5. So they set me where they thought that I should be, and it seems to be pretty good. I'm going through learning new words, so that's a little bit more like traditional grammar translation type method. Doing Duolingo, so I do that. I do the Anki decks to get a little bit more just fluency with those phrases and words, and it seems to work well. And then with Easy Greek, this is kind of a more advanced type of thing to do, like a routine or practice. So I do all three of these things every day. The Anki thing, because I'm only adding 10 cards per day, and because I know a lot of the words that appear in the phrases already, and it's not like I'm learning new information, I'm just learning to hear it well. That really only takes about 15 minutes total to do because of those aspects. If I were learning a bunch of new vocabulary, it would probably take longer. The Duolingo probably takes about a half hour or so today to do every day. It doesn't have to take any specific amount of time, but I try to dedicate about 30 minutes to it because I do, like between 4 and 6 lessons. So 6 lessons might take over a half hour. 4 lessons could take close to a half hour, depending on how quickly I go through them. And so then I do this, though, and this is kind of what I wanted to center this video on, which is going through these videos. And what I do is I watch them once in Greek as kind of like an immersive tool, and then I go back and I watch the English subtitles as they say them, and then the next day I might do it one time in Greek, and then the other time just kind of going back and forth depending on whatever I'm understanding. And there's no real aggressive rule about how I do it. Sometimes I might watch the English the very first time all the way through, depending on my mood, or I might kind of go back and forth, which is probably what I do the most commonly, is like I'm like, oh, I don't know this word, and I'll do it. Sometimes I'll stop it and do it as kind of like a reader, where I'm reading back and forth the Greek and the English and making sure I understand it. I'm pausing the video every time it gets to a new screen where that is. But there's no real, rule that I have where I'm like, you have to do this. And I think that freedom kind of is mentally beneficial because it just allows you to casually learn something with enjoyment, or more enjoyment. So I have the things like Duolingo, which are not just for enjoyment. They're more like grammar translation studies. They're more of a study way to do it. Although it is a game, so like it has some fun benefit in that way. But then I have 3 different resources that I'm using here, and then the other thing that I do is if you go down here to the comment section, reading comments, responding to people in comments is kind of fun. It gives you some interaction, and I think that that's like a 4th way that's important in this tool. So I'm looking at the very top comment there, which I'm highlighting right now, and it says Xerete otan pefti I pinna ola trogonte. So I know that it's like when something's pina. I don't know what that means. You know when hunger strikes? Oh, pina. I should know that. So pefti is so pina. I do know actually. Ipina is like hunger, and then pefti must be strikes. So I kind of eliminated it down that way. Everything is eaten. Ola trogonte. So I've just basically learned a sentence from reading this comic. Serete otan pefti pina. So when hunger strikes, or when strikes the hunger, would be like a literal translation of that sentence. And then ola trogonte. All everything is eaten. So this is actually a video about food. I think it's titled "Which Greek food do you hate the most?" And it's this channel has all kinds of different languages that you can go to. Their playlists includes Saka. I don't even know what language that is. Egyptian Arabic, easy Tunisian Arabic, super easy Thai. There's all kinds of different playlists from different languages. I see Dutch there, Mandarin. It'd be nice if they had Latin. I mean, they have Italian. I mean, that's a lot like Latin, but not exactly the same. So easy Welsh, that's a good one. I don't think they have a lot of stuff for that. Easy Romanian, another Latin-based language. Super easy Greek for beginners. So you can see there's a variety there. And what I've been doing with my daughter, I'm going to switch over to my other account. So Justin Speaks in Tongues is my language learning channel. Joachim Justin Morgan is my Orthodox Christian channel, and that's mainly where I go with things. But we have been doing Duolingo, the Greek course, and I've actually been reading the Brothers Karamazov recently, or listening to the audiobook anyways. Not that that's relevant to anything in this video, but always good to keep up with your readings. And I've been doing this beginner Latin comprehensible input course with Magistra Hurt, who has the channel Found in Antiquity Latin. She's a Latin teacher out in Australia. Has some great stuff. And we've just been going through this course together, and listening to these things every day is like a fun way to do it. I love what she does. I wish there was a lot more of this Minecraft course that she put out a year ago. But so anyways, that's just some of the things I'm doing right now. If you guys are looking for just activities that you can do in language learning, I think all of those that I'm doing right now are very beneficial. I enjoy doing them, and they seem to be very productive because I keep adding to my vocabulary. It's immersive, it's grammar, it's fluency practice, and it's interaction. It's those 4 areas where I'm using all of those resources, and it's all free. It's all on my phone, as you can see. So just some ideas for those of you who might be looking for things to do. You guys take it easy, and I'll talk to you in a video very soon.